Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. You are tuning in to see the ace match here. I actually pressed the wrong button. But you know what, that's fine. Let's actually have a look at the overlay. No need to look at me. It's actually kind of pointless watching me. But here we go. We have another PvP. It's going to be an ace match, so there can be repeat players here. And it looks like two of the main players from pSi and from DM are going to be the ones selected to be the aces here. We're going to have Tech from DM doing a really good job in the STPL so far. 4 wins to 1 loss. And that's because he has been in the ace match before. I believe he actually clinched the ace match victory before, so can he do it again? I think he actually won his last PvP. I need to update the versus opponent race code. But, you know what? Gonna be having a lot of fun with this one. And Grass, of course, making his debut match just a few minutes ago, showing a very strong PvP against Gambito, who has been a pretty strong player so far. Now we're going to be moving on to the next map, the final map in the series. Of course, we are tied up 2-all, and it's going to be, for the first time this week actually, Grand Line SE. Now Grand Line SE, a very, very fun map. 4 players, 2 islands in the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Makes it good in PvP if you go for Reavers. To take that island is a very greedy third base. And of course you do have the 12 and 6 bases with the gas. And the, I'd say 11, 1, 5, and maybe, you know what, that's not 5. It's like 5:30 and 7:30. Of 6:30 even. They're going to be mineral only, so a little bit harder to get a third gas unless you go for a, what was I going to say? Ah man, I've forgotten everything I was going to say. Okay, unless you're going for shuttles, it makes it very hard to get the third gas on this map, especially in PvP. And now, thank you for, thank you very much for the kind words in the chat. I do notice those. I must admit, I am a bit worried that maybe it will start to take a toll on me, but you know what, the power of enjoying this so much, being able to see such great games, and obviously getting the support from you guys, keeps me going. What I do need to make sure of though is I do go with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday format. I've done Tuesday, Wednesday 2 weeks in a row, and it makes it a little bit harder on Wednesday to really get going with the talking. But you know what, it's a lot of fun. The power of friendship does keep me going. I'm like Goku, man, it's fine. It's all good. And yeah, as I said, Grand Line SE is going to be a PvP. Is there any real point in waiting much longer? Of course it is. 2-2 at the moment. This is the deciding match in the series. And going to be the last match of this set today. Of course, there is another set coming up after this. And that is going to be between White and Ash, I believe. So that should be a fun series as well. Let's go in to the replay. And let's get started with the game. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and let's get started with this ace match. I just need to make sure that I have everything ready. Gonna move on over to the game screen, and let's get going. So here we go, over to the game screen. Starting us off in the top left position is the purple Protoss. It's gonna be Tech, fighting for DM. And in the bottom right, we do have his opponent trying to make this pSi's first win in the STPL so far overall. Like, they've won games, but they've not won any sets. It's going to be the new debut performer from this week. It's going to be Grass. Now, Grass did a very, very good job in the previous set. As you just saw, he won a quick, very clinical, very stylish PvP there against Gambito. Now, can he do it again? His team have put a lot of confidence in him here to send him back out again, knowing full well that Tech could actually be coming out once again for the ace match for DM. I think this is Tech's second ace match performance. I think he's the only ace match performer on DM so far, and this is his second one, so really, really nicely. A lot of confidence being pumped in from DM by them in Tech. And you know what? He's proven that the confidence is not misplaced. And you know what? I am perfectly happy if Cadenza does want to co-cast with me again. We have done it once before for when I was doing Clash of Char. But I know it's a lot to ask someone else to get involved in this. To do this 3 nights a week, that's a lot of work to put in, and I wouldn't want to push the burden on someone else. That's why I do it by myself. But if Cadenzi is happy to join me, then I am perfectly happy to have her along. Moving forward, it would be quite nice to have a second caster in to give my voice a little bit of a rest. But you know what, that's not too bad. But I do like having a trio of casters. Now, I was trying to set up a trio between me, Sale, and Cadenzi. Then Cadenzi kind of stopped casting, and Sale disappeared, probably got arrested by the English police, and deported back to Canada. That's my that's my canon story to where he went. But he did do this before. Yeah, okay. Tardad, you say good luck finding a Terran European caster on a regular basis. I do this 3 nights a week, and I am a Terran player. So, I've been a Terran player for like 9... for 9 years now, I think. Which is kind of crazy. We do actually have the Zealot taking out the probe in the middle line. 4 tech, going to be important. There we do have different builds this time. I should have been paying more attention, but we do actually have Grass going for the 2-gate Zealot. Gonna try and catch his opponent off guard. Now, did the probe see the Zealots? Of course, that could be a big tell. Gonna allow him to add a second gateway on himself before the Zealots get over. And I do not play Protoss at all. Not to insult Protoss players, but I'm a gentleman. I do not play Protoss. Protoss are the ultimate cheese race, you know? And I do like the Korean casting model as well. I've never really been able to emulate it myself. I don't know how they get their voices to do all the screaming without going, like, losing their voice. Like, they must have a lot of vocal training, and I know a lot of them have been doing it for many, many years. I've, of course, only been casting for a couple now. Hopefully, people are quite happy with my cast at this point. I know there's a decent number of people who do come in. don't give them salt, it sustains them. But here we go, looks like the Zealots trying to push up the ramp. They're going to be able to get the probes. Are they going to be able to get one of the Dragoons as well? Looks like the other Zealot is not interested in helping out its buddy. It really wants to kill that probe. Is it going to get it? It gets it. But I almost feel like he could have killed the Dragoon there with that. Kind of a bit of a misplay, I think, but we do have the Cybernetics core done. Range is on the way, and we do have a Forge coming up here. So going to be going Forge, possibly going to go for a very quick expansion behind cannons. I have seen this quite a lot from foreign Protoss players. I don't see it as much when I'm watching Korean PvP, but you know what? It's certainly not never done. Like, I know that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Oh, Rapid, I love you. Here we go. We have a DT. Oh, man. Okay. This is where it gets a little bit hairy, and why it gets very, very important that he's going to get this cannon. He's built a cannon, and there's a DT on the way. Now, this cannon is likely not in reaction to a Templar Archives. I don't think he could have possibly seen it, or maybe he saw it with the Zealot, but I'm fairly certain the Forge would have already finished by that point. But here we go, the first DT is on the way. Is he going to be able to stop the DT running past? This could be very, very dangerous. If this DT gets in, this could be a lot of damage being done to the probe line. I doubt there'll be a cannon in the base, but it looks like he's a little bit too scared. That is going to be a lot of damage coming from cannons. Cannons do a lot of damage to DT shields and everything, so looks like he will be able to get this Nexus up. He's not going to really be able to achieve much with the DTs, but he's going to be able to, behind this, get his Nexus up perfectly safe. It's going to be a lot of time before we do see any mobile detection coming out from Grass. It's going to take him a while to get the observatory. He's actually going into the Templar Archives himself. Now, a funny story and a funny thing you can do in PvP... Okay, oh my god, is he going to hide a gateway here and go DTs from here? Yes, he is. Grass is trying to out-Peru the South American. He is going for a couple of proxy, or at least a single proxy gateway here. He is going to DT rush the DT player, but unfortunately for him, Tech is going to have the answers as well. So, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. So you know what, there's not really too much I can say about that. This was a very clever play though, and I mean it may come in to help him a little bit later on. He doesn't necessarily have to only build DTs from this gateway. He could of course add Dragoons there, go for a backstab. And here we go, it looks like we do have the Nexus finishing up for one of our Protoss players, of course. Tech gets his a little bit earlier. And you know what, I've just realised this looks like it could be one of the longest casts I've done so far, but here we go, 2 DTs leaving the base, DTs passing each other in the night, in the moonlight, like some passing ships. But you know what, it's not really going to matter too much. DT's going to try and move in, try and do some damage. He's going to be a little bit disappointed, but you know what? There's not actually that many cannons here. There's only 1 cannon at the front. There's not really that many units to try and block this either. Going to add a second cannon on, just to be safe. I don't think he did see the DTs, but it is possible that he may have seen it glimmer if he was checking his own DTs there. Back in the base, we do actually have no additional tech being added on, but here we go. The DT's going to try and move in. Oh my god, they're going to try and get past the cannon. Are they going to be able to do it? One more shot could go down. Oh, the probes nearly get it. Oh my god, storms his own probes, but does kill the DT. The ultimate emergency maneuver. I think he actually did more damage to his own probe line than the DT did, which is kind of funny. Oh man, that was such a great storm. I love it. Here we go, we actually have 5 gateways coming up in the main. Not going to be an additional one here, but we do of course have this gateway at the top. Now of course a little bit later on that's going to be a little bit harder to macro from, but we do actually have Reavers coming up for Grass. It looks like Grass wants to build one of everything in this PvP. We actually have a Robo coming up for Tech as well, but it's going to be for the Observatory. We don't see any support there yet, but we do see a shuttle, of course. Storm Drop, very popular and very potent is what I was trying to say in PvP. Of course, we do only have 3 gateways from Tech, so he's going to be very low on units for the time being. Do we actually have this gateway building anything? I kind of want to keep an eye on this, because I get the feeling that Grass may not build any units here for a very long time. Oh, there we go, he's building a DT. Scratch everything I've said now. This DT is going to find out that there is a Storm Drop coming in. 3 Dragoons immediately going back to defend. But he probably needs to add on another cannon or something. He's not going to have any vision up here, so this shuttle can fly in, drop a High Templar, storm, and then fly away again. But looks like we do actually have a shuttle from Grass as well. So I mean, both of them are pretty much doing the same thing. Interestingly, neither of them going for the islands yet. Kind of cool. Like, it'd be nice to see them go for that, because it is very difficult to attack into. But here we go. We do see the first storm drop is being activated. There's 2 storms going down. A lot of damage being done. I don't actually get a chance to click on those quick enough. But the shuttle's going to get away, and he's going to come back to live another day. Looks like I actually did miss a DT snapping off a probe trying to get past. But really nice storm so far by Tech. Tech doing a really good job with his High Templar management, just in general. We actually have a couple of Archons coming in now as well. As you get further into the game in PvP, it becomes more Zealot Archon Storm than you see Dragoons, really. Reavers, of course, very big against Dragoons. I thought that was a shuttle, got really excited there. But that's actually going to be an Observer, checking out everything. Where is the shuttle for... Did I miss something? No, he just hasn't sent the shot out yet. Looks like the Reaver's not finished. There we go. I was thinking I'd missed a Reaver drop, and I was like, no way, I can't have missed that. This is the ace match. But that would be terrible if I missed that, but here we go. It looks like we do actually have that DT finally being cleared out at the front. Both of them finally going to be able to go for it, but here we go. Here is Tech going for that move I said. Gonna opt for the easy 3rd gas, taking that 3rd base. Of course, this is going to be vulnerable. At least he can until he can get some probes here. Going to be very vulnerable to any form of harassment, be it Reaver, be it High Templar, be it DTs. But of course he is Protoss, so he's going to be able to get cannons up relatively quickly. Probably going to add them as soon as he's got the Nexus building. And it looks like we do have a DT just checking for a 3rd base. No 3rd base is on the way yet for Grass. He's actually going to wait for his Reaver and send it with his army. A kind of an interesting choice. I would have preferred to maybe see a little bit more harassment from him. But pretty much, if you think about it, Tech has been doing a really, really good job defending it. Looks like we're actually going to see a second wave of harassment coming in from Tech as well. This gateway not really doing too much, going to be able to go down eventually, but this DT going to try and pick off a High Templar. Can he get one? This could be a huge, huge move. There's no observer with this army. If he can get the DT up, he can actually snipe all the storms. But it looks like he's misclicked or he's not realized what's going on. He does know the army's coming. I think he's just trying to pre-split his army down here. He does, of course, have the Reaver, but this is going to be a pretty big engagement. Grast is a little bit down in supply, and here we go. As he pushes in the front, we are going to have a Storm Drop coming in at the same time. This is the hallmark of a good player, harassing and attacking at the same time. And are we going to be able to catch all of this? Let's hope we can. Looks like we actually have the units coming in from the top. Are they going to be able to come in and get what they need to do? They're going to be able to split the army into two. This is going to be pretty huge. Now, are we going to see that that shuttle going in? We do have a Reaver in the back, but there's so many units for Tech and so few units left for Grast, even storming the Reaver. And just look how much damage is done. Look how small Grast supply is. It looks like Tech may have just done enough to actually push in here. Doesn't even need the secondary storm drop. I really want to see it. I really want to see a lot of probes die. But I mean, I think they're gonna die anyway. The Reaver gonna try and do its best. The High Templar unfortunately being misrallied here. And looks like we do have the storm drop. Gonna go down. So many probes going down. That's 11 kills, 12 kills, and 14 kills. And that's gonna be GG. That's gonna be well played. And Tech is gonna take the series in the ace match for DM 3-2. Okay, you know what? That was a really cool series, actually. Let's actually just mute everything on here. Let's actually go out. Let's report the games. And let's bring up the results screen. Just quickly going back to my video a second. That was a really cool series from pSi and DM. That's probably one of the best series we've actually had so far. I mean, that's the series that go to an ace match are always the most interesting, I would say. I think that's just the way it is for everybody. Like, everyone wants to see more games. And you know what? It's getting later, but that's fine. As I said, I'm happy to lose out on sleep. If it does mean I get to see some more Brood War, it does mean I'll probably not get the VODs up. But the VODs are up from yesterday. I did do that after the cast eventually. So pretty good there, I guess. I need to make sure they're all up because I think I missed a few. I was really tired when I was doing it, but it's all cool. Let's quickly check the results, make sure that they're all up to date. They should be. But Tech does win that for his team. DM are going to get their third win overall. And let's actually just save that. Now, if we move on over to the results screen, we can get a recap of what happened for the benefit of the VODs. Let's actually move over here. And there we go. It looks like we are going to have, or as we saw, we got White versus Mitak. White taking that win very cleanly there against against Mitak in the first game. Then we had Tosan versus Praise. Praise bringing it back for his team. A very nice, I believe that was a PvT on Pathfinder. A little bit one-sided, but still a very exciting game. We had Tech versus Cold as the third game. Tech showing his strength in that game against Cold. A nice PvC there. Gambito versus Grast. Grast brings it back in his debut game, takes it to the ace match. But unfortunately, Tech proving a little bit too strong. Takes out Grast in that ace match, as we just saw. And will give